followers. And then start up.
Now, we're gonna use your phone to call his
Okay.
Jordan. I'll tell you when that part's going to come in.
Okay.
Yeah, we're a little late. Sorry, y'all. We was running a little behind. I had to make sure he was cool with all the questions. I ain't gonna have him fire at me like he did Little Black Book. How's my volume? Could everybody hear me? If it needs to be louder, could somebody let me know? He's coming. Somebody give me a volume check. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Okay. Okay, he says good. Dang. All right. Hope he knows how to chime in. We good. We should be good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we in here?
Yeah.
Hold up. Cool. We going. How you feeling today, man? Oh, he's paused. Okay, we got to pause. Is it up? It's pausing on us. Is he talking to yours?
Yeah.
Okay, he talking to mine. He's paused on mine.
No, he's Paul.
Okay. I think he went out. Try to get back in. Oh. What up, Cujo? Little Black Book. I saw my baby Vern up in here. Ready to love. Cass. The cutie. He said, "Hey, Vern." Hey, Vern. Hey, girl. Where's, I just viewed him in. And okay, here you go again. He sent me a request. I keep, there you go.
Okay.
You got that cricket internet? What's going on?
Man, I don't know what the fuck going on, man. What's going on, boss?
Oh, nothing much, brother. Nothing much, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. Hey, I saw you having a discussion about I would like to call them men of high value.
That's where we're gonna go.
I think I heard you talk about men of high value being able to pull more women than, I would say, men of low value.
Hey, I don't know. It's a person on the internet who discusses high value and low value men, and I ain't trying to get sued on him. I don't want no smoke from that guy. I believe what my dad said and what Chris Rock said. Hey, don't worry about it. Gets me happy that you talking to her now.
That's right.
We're gonna get this started because it might run long anyway, and it's kind of late.
Let's go.
So I just want to start off with an intro, just to let people know who I am and who you are, who might not know. Okay. So basically, I'm Ron Freeman. I was just on the OWN network with Ready to Love season 3. Shout out to any of my castmates in here. You know I love y'all all. And basically, like I said, I'm a businessman, entrepreneur. I work in corporate from Houston, Texas. And that's pretty much kind of sums me up. Tell me about yourself, Smoke.
What it is, it's your dog Smoke or the almighty mighty field mob. Some people know me as Darion lately. From Put a Ring on It. Shout out to my cast members, even though they don't like me. Yeah, I mean, me and Eric, we cool though. You know what I mean? Me and Eric, we cool. You know what I mean? Shout out to my light skinned friend Eric. But Put a Ring on It. Phil Mob dropped 3 albums, sold millions. Grammy nominated, and I have a Grammy. Albany, Georgia. You know what I mean? Doherty County. You know what I mean? I'm in Atlanta right now. Where you at, boss man?
H-Town, Houston, Texas.
H-Town. They don't say H-Town. They say H-Town.
But I still rep Detroit for all my 313 people up in here. What up, though? we gonna rep Detroit forever.
H-Town.
So I kind of want to discuss why I'm doing this interview. This is my interview debut. So everybody be kind. It's people that, have been doing this. It's bloggers in here that have been doing this for years.
They're right.
Not easy, especially an interview of this magnitude. And for doing it your first time, it's a lot of work. And I didn't have time to do it. Like I said, I'm running 2 businesses. I'm working. And a lot of stuff going on, but I just felt that I needed to get this interview. I saw some similarities between your show, my show. I saw some other similarities. I saw your interview with Little Black Book. Shout out to Cujo up in here.
Man, Little Black Book played with me. I ain't got time for that.
No, and I knew he was more of I did an interview with him, and I knew he was more psychoanalytic. He psychoanalyzes people and stuff, and that's his niche, and he's good at it. I think he's a great interviewer when it comes to that.
Yeah, he did good. I'm gonna keep it real. Okay. He did good on some past interviews that I saw, but me and him had a discussion before it was time for me to do my thing with him, and in the discussion we talked about things, and we brought up certain questions that me and him he was supposed to ask. He guaranteed he was gonna ask them, and they were basically questions that would give you what they call the snapper. He had the snapper in those questions, and he ain't even asked him, so I ain't, you know.
Okay.
I'm mad at him.
Yeah, I saw the interview, and I thought the difference was I just thought that I know a little bit more of what happens on camera in the reality TV situation. People got to understand our shows got the same production pretty much. And so I kind of know what's happening on the camera, off the camera, kind of how different people react to certain things on and off the camera. So I thought I'd be a little more relatable to you in that situation. Plus, it was a part where he was on there, he was talking about wolves recognize wolves.
Yeah.
And he was the whooping back in the day. Cujo, I love you. But yeah, you wasn't a wolf. You know what I mean? Like this guy right here.
Cujo, you wasn't no real wolf, Cujo, like I thought.
And the Graham Yard in the heyday, he had some experiences and some things that not every man can relate to. I've seen some things. I just thought maybe a person his age, a person a little more relatable would loosen them up a little bit so you can try to share a little more and we can get to know the real Darion. Because I'm not here to try to make you look like the monster or Smoke or the guy from Field Mob or Put a Ring on It. We kind of want to know the real you and humanize you as who you are as a person. And I think, you know, the more relaxed you are, the more cool you are, the more that's just going to come out naturally. And then we can see who you really are.
Right.
Okay. Now what I want to talk about, and we're still kind of in the intro, but for some reason, and, you know, I follow all the, you know, the chat sites and a little bit of the show. You've been like the trigger guy. You trigger a lot of women. You trigger a lot of men, you know what I mean? And it's like, I be trying to tell them, explain it. And a lot of them tell the truth. They tell me, hey, I dated a man like that before. He reminds me of James. He reminds me of Fred. And some of the women, and that triggers them. And some of the men, it triggers them to say, hey, you know, there's this thing that goes on in the black male manosphere about the Pookies and the Ray Rays. You ever heard that term? So the Pookies and the Ray Rays are the guys in the hood with little swag, you know, things of that nature, and they get all the girls. These guys sometimes don't have no jobs, you know, and their future's a little chip grim or stuff like that, but they always get the women's attention. They get the free sex. They get women taking care of them and stuff. And here you go, got the regular dude who's educated and working hard. You know, he might not have to be the best dressed guy. He might not got a haircut 3 weeks. He might not know a lot of game. Might be slightly overweight. Might be 5'7", 5'8". But he's even saying girls' DMs and trying to get their attention and things of that nature. And she's kind of leading them on, and he has to work real hard to get a date. Meanwhile, men like you just kind of gets always had it handed to them on a platter in some way. And some men have been resentful for that. You know, it's called the Pookie Ray Ray syndrome in the manosphere. And some women are kind of triggered by you reminding them of maybe a guy they dated when they were younger, maybe a guy they're still dating, and things of that nature. Tell me, have you gotten that from your experience on being on an actual dating show now? And how do you respond to that?
I would say I didn't get it from the show. You know what I mean? With Field Mob, you know what I mean? We was on 106 in Park. We was on Rap City. You know what I mean? We was on Soul Train. We was on Nick Cannon show. And Nick Cannon show here. Wild and Out. You know what I mean? I had popularity before then. But I would say in high school, you know what I mean? In high school, I would say middle school and elementary school. Like I said in Little Black Book interview, you know, dark skin wasn't in. You know what I mean?
You said wasn't in?
Al B. Sure, Wesley sniped us. You know what I mean? So when Al B. Sure, Wesley sniped all the dark skinned people, you know what I mean? It wasn't me, and girls didn't care about me. You know what I mean? So, like I told Little Black Book, I had to play football, you know what I mean? I had to play good basketball. I had not do sports. I had to be an athlete. You know what I mean? Top athlete to get some attention. So, but I took that energy and became better. You know what I mean? Like, I learned how to talk to girls because of that situation. Like, I wanted to know how to talk to them because my looks wasn't gonna get them. You know what I mean? And so, sports would attract them, and when the sports would attract them, I would say something. I would fail. I failed a lot of times. I got turned down a lot of times. I got a lot of I got a lot of times girls just just didn't wasn't going for it. You know what I mean? So being failing it time after time after time, just being rejected and rejected and rejected and rejected and rejected like that. You're gonna get better every time you fail. So I was hollering at girls, I was stacking my failures. You know what I mean? And eventually I learned how to talk to girls by not knowing how to talk to girls. You know what I mean? And then I grew into my looks, you know what I mean? And because of the ugly time, you know what I mean? The ugly duckling before I turned to the swan, the ugly duckling time, learning how to talk to girls, I knew how to talk to them. And then, okay, now I'm in my swan time, I know how to talk to girls and I'm a swan. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy, you know what I mean? But like, I think those guys that didn't take that time to go talk to girls. I think they were scared. I mean, I think they were scared of failure. I think they were scared of being rejected. I think rejection got in the way. The feeling of being rejected got in the way. A lot of these low value men. You know what I mean? So, I think, and then they grew up not knowing how to talk to girls. I think they didn't take the time out to be hurt so he can know what to put on. You know what I mean? So he can know to put on Jordans, to know to put on Eastlings, to know to put on some Bagels. You know what I mean? Or to put on some
as you were a late bloomer in looks, they might have been a late bloomer in being able to communicate and talk to women and stuff. But it was just a little scenario put together. Just to let you know, we all know now chocolate, metal, and skin is in now. It's in style. Shout out to AJ on my cast and everybody, all the dark-skinned boys, Troy and Jay. They doing well in that department. Tell me this, okay?
They say my sound is choppy. Hold on.
Okay.
They say my sound is choppy.
Okay.
Let me
I
see.
thought it was mine at first. I'll pick mine up. Mine should be okay.
They saying, hold on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I hear you. The question again? I can hear him. I can hear him. On my side? He said, "This ain't headphones." He's coming back in and see if it sounds better. We're gonna get into the juicy stuff. He rambles a little bit, so we're gonna speed it up a little bit. Hey Valerie, what's up, girl? That's my G. He gonna chime back in and we're gonna see if that fixed the sound. We're going to get to some tea. I guess I want everybody to kind of know, who Smoke really, who he is. It's different when you're talking about Atlanta, down south, the home of the Freaknik, Magic City. I'm trying to paint the picture of what it was like in his heyday and things of that nature. Because I think it's a big part of the story. And you got to have been down to ATL to understand. That's Chocolate City. Said nobody cared. I understand Coochie. I mean, I understand some people know that part, but some people don't. I got to be fair to the people who have no idea who this guy is whatsoever in the musical world. I'll take a few questions, but I kind of got already a Q&A that I got from the Ready to Love Put a Ring on It group. So I'm going to be asking those questions that I kind of already did my homework on. They already kind of asked me. So I want to make sure those people get their questions answered first. He says nothing he would add. Hey, some of the stuff I want to know. I mean, like I said, we didn't really get into. I'm a hip hop fanatic, and I think it was it's been brushed over of his group and how actually successful they were at the time. I know everybody talks about, that was 20 years ago and all this, but it happened, and since it did happen, we should acknowledge it. Not too many people ever got nominated for a Grammy on here or ever will. So. I just keep in them. Hold on, I'm trying to get them in. Okay. His live thing ain't coming up. Okay, here we go.
What we look like?
There we go. We good. So, okay, let's get back into it. Like, I don't want to waste too much time. So,
All right.
real quick, everybody trying to get to the T. So let me just ask my last little get to know you questions because I know this stuff I want to know. So tell me, Feel Mob, In the Heyday, Sierra, just came out, the song tripping, and she saying she nothing but if I know everything going good, you in Atlanta, you in Mecca, money cool. Tell me about Atlanta at that time, the groupies, how did record label do you? Did they take care of y'all? What celebrities was around? Just paint us a little picture of when the group was just on top at the height.
I would like to call it Big Meech Atlanta. That was when Big Meech was out and BMF had took over the city. And so this is during the time we signed with Luda. You know what I mean? And we had the Georgia record. We had the record with Sierra. Sierra is my first cousin.
Okay.
That's my dad's sister, Jackie. That's my daughter. And it was live, man. Atlanta was crazy. It was called Hot Atlanta now. Now it's called Gay Atlanta. Back then it was called Hot Atlanta. And it was lovely, man. It was great. It was lovely.
Cool. All right, so, and like I said, during that time, being an artist and things of that nature, you feel that record labels in that industry, they took care of y'all, they took advantage of y'all being so young. How did you feel that played out?
I would say, yeah, like, shit, I was like 26, 25 when we signed. So, you know, I wouldn't say Luda them. I wouldn't say Luda Gypsies. I wouldn't say Shaka Zulu and all of them at DT. They didn't play with us like that. I mean, our first record deal, you know, we got screwed around because but I was 19 years old when I signed that record. My partner, he was 22. You know what I mean, so yeah, man, it was. You gotta get fucked first. You gotta go through hell before you get to heaven. Yeah, you know, and I ask this because, like I said, people be thinking, okay, yeah, the video, we just seen them on TV, they got a Grammy. These people are automatically set for life and rich and everything from, you know what I mean? And a lot of times, it don't work like that. And that's just the record. It don't work like that at all. Like, most of them get scammed. Most of them get tricked. Most of them get bamboozled in the beginning. You know, like I was trying to tell Little Black Book, you know, we all are Jesus. People want to believe it. But Jesus went through hell. Jesus went through shit before he got to the top. Yeah, it's a tough. So same thing with anybody. You went through some shit before you got to the top. I went through some shit. All of them down there, they went through some shit before they got to, you know, their head. You know what I mean? So let's this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna jump right into it because everybody rubbing their palms and stuff. They're trying to get to the show and get to the truth. Like I said, it's gonna be about the truth. It's gonna be about accountability, reality, all that type of stuff. Right. So what I want to know about you and Lex, this is what I personally want to know. And I'm talking about the timeline. Because here's the thing about everybody gravitates to the 14 years. Yeah. And that's why I don't know why exactly y'all put a number on the years y'all dated. And this is, I know this from my show. I'm a fan of power. The bigger the lie, the more attention you get. Okay. So we pick the biggest lie. That might have worked for you, but I think Lex is a female because Liz on our show, shout out to Liz on Ready to Love Season 3. Remember, she put a number on how many years she hasn't been dating. I think it was like 12 years. I haven't dated in 12 years. She said, you know, I was dating in between there. You know, I was just working on myself and things of that nature. But she was mad that she gave it a number because everybody gets gravitated to the number. Like, girl, you ain't dated in 12 years? And she had to, you know, kind of maneuver through that. So I think women know, okay, if I say I was in a 14-year relationship, I have to be accountable for all these years. So why did Lex not say anything about, hey, maybe we shouldn't say it was that many? She did. She said 12. She said, do you want to do 12 or 14? And I told her 14. Okay. Now, here's the thing about the 14 years. 6 of the years, she wasn't even in the country. So we got to knock those 6 years completely off the timeline. Right. Because I know you weren't dating while she was over there playing ball or any. She was dating, doing her thing the whole time. She dated this one white dude with some six pack. He looked like one of them white dudes off the 300 movie. He had the six pack. And he was tall, and she dated an all white dude. So yeah, she was overseas that time.
And in 3 of the years,
she dated a singer over there. Like,
in 3 of the years, she was she was in college.
yeah.
Like, I remember a college relationship because I went to college. We know a lot of fuckery goes on in college.
A lot of fuckery.
And it's not a time where y'all trying to find yourself. Not a time where somebody can really take a relationship any kind of serious. I remember on our show, I was talking to Alexis, and I was meeting her past boyfriend. And I didn't take that part of the show serious. Shout out to Joe, her ex-boyfriend, who's a good friend of mine now. Good dude. But I didn't take that part serious because she said they dated back in college. And I'm thinking in my head, like, girl, you 30-something years old, you done had a husband for 6 years, you got a kid. Back in college, that wasn't no real relationship. What am I going to really ask this guy? You know, because I remember college, and it was really hard to have a serious relationship. Especially, did you even go to the college? You didn't go to that college?
College. We
college. So I'm going to take those 3 years off, and I'm taking the 6 years off that she was out of the country.
Right.
Because I don't believe those. I don't think anybody does. Y'all, that speaks for itself. Tell me about the 5 years left, though.
The 5 years left, I didn't talk to her then. Like I said, in those 5
years on the timeline, though, and it was a point. I did see her live, and it was a point when she said when she got back, she felt that she had to take you a little more serious.
Yeah, that's how we both came up with that. Go ahead.
Okay. That part sounded believable.
Something. You remember when Little Black Book was doing the live with her, and I called Lex during the show?
Okay.
I was coaching her.
I get that part, but tell me, y'all have been intimate with each other, right? Up to that point.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's some relationship. There's some relationship there, and I believe a woman who's been gone that long out the United States, she's coming back. Her priorities has changed, and I dated a lot of women. I understand this, and you are a person in her past that she's been intimate with, and she wants to get back maybe to that situation. Maybe it wasn't a super agreement, but in her head, she might have been thinking, okay, let me see where this guy is at now mentally. Maybe this could turn into something. Because that's how women think. I'm just be perfectly honest.
I mean, I'm honest with you. Like, I honestly felt like if me and her were to kick this thing off with the show, I would
We're not talking about the show right now. We got 5 years between that time.
Okay, 5 years. No, during the 5 years, we liked each other's photos on Instagram. If you look on her page, Lex take photos all the time. She got thousands of photos. And most of her photos are with celebrities who she played ball with.
I'm not saying that it was Instagram certified. I'm saying that y'all link up.
Could have taken a photo of me within those 5 years.
Did y'all link up at all sexually within those 5 years? Y'all were not intimate at all?
No.
No dates? Not to the cigar spot? Nowhere?
No.
Okay.
Like I said, if in those 5 years, you would have seen at least 20 photos. She made photos with everybody. She got different photos with one person like 4 or 5 times.
How did y'all meet then? Again, she coming back. I mean, it's been a long time between her coming back from overseas and the show. It's a huge gap that's missing. So when did y'all meet between that gap in person?
Okay. Like I said, I met her when she was in college.
We know that part. We will fast forward there. She went overseas to play ball.
Okay. She came. I talked to her. It was this year. We linked up this year in January.
How? How did that come about? You saw it in there?
I was in town. She just hit me in my DM and was like, "Where you at?" Because I posted a photo. And I said I'm in Atlanta. She said I'm in Atlanta. And so she was like, "Where you at?" I told her I was at the crib. I told her I was in Buckhead, right? And hey, she pulled and she asked me to go out with her. We went out to the club and
Were you living in Atlanta this whole time?
Yes.
So y'all are kind of, she knows a lot of people. You know a lot of people. I know you go out. You ain't ran into this woman
I
in that many time in Atlanta?
go out unless it's beneficial. So if so, I had shows, we would have a show around. I would have like walkthroughs, you know what I mean, different walkthroughs. And that's when I would go out. Like you can't go out all the time because you gotta 70 years.
I get you.
Out all the time like that. But if a motherfucker want to do a show with you in Atlanta, they can be like, "Well, see, I see this nigga all the time." And
Okay.
you know, yeah, you got to keep the value up. The more you go out, the more you value.
So you never asked her why she gets DM'd you out the blue out of all those? That's a long time. College and there.
We just wasn't. It just wasn't a hook up because I wasn't in town for 5 years. Like I haven't been in town for 5 years.
I get it, but you say you've been living there most of that time.
Yeah, I was in.
She lived there. She hitting you in the DMs a bit. You got a condo in Buckhead. You ain't invite her over for no ramen.
I was in the condo. I wasn't in the condo. I had a home. You know what I mean? But I've been in Atlanta like a year and a half already.
So between her coming back from playing basketball, you was only in Atlanta a year and a half between that time and the show.
So those 4 years that she has been in Atlanta, I would say that a year and a half of those 4 years, I was in Atlanta.
Because you told me in between that time, that's when you kind of fell on hard times. So
within that 4 years, within that 4 years, that was a hard time, but I wasn't around.
Okay, but during that 4 times, that's kind of when some of the women that are popping up.
I was in Florida.
Okay, Florida. Okay, we did hear about
I was
Florida.
in Miami. I moved from Miami, moved to Tampa.
Okay, I did remember that part. And then you came back a year and a half here, and you didn't tell her, and she's following you online, and she basically saw that you were back and hit you in the DM.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared to holler within that time. I wasn't near her when we was like other photos, and then when I got here, like I still wasn't because I was transitioning from a hard time.
Hard time, I get it. Because during that time, that's when you did a little jail time. You were moving around with different women and stuff to try to get back on your feet. That you did explain. So a woman like Lex, I understand that. I wouldn't be prepared to see a girl who saw me when she was in college when I was on top in a lower period like that. So you probably was not reaching out to her at that time. I could believe that.
Right.
I could believe
yeah, I wasn't ready to see her. Like
I could believe that.
When I was at my low time, I wasn't hollering at no woman. You know what I mean? Like
I could believe that.
One woman, another one who spoke about each other, and I wasn't lying to neither one of them. At the end of the day, like I wasn't like the white girl we speak of, or the Greek girl. I like to call her the Greek girl. Basically, she was there. She was there, and no one else was there. Everybody fell off. When I fell off, everybody else fell off. You know what I mean? So I didn't have any friends, so I didn't deal with me. You know what I mean? So she did, and no one else did.
Okay, so we get back. She hits you in your DM. Tell me about the relationship from there.
She asked me what I was doing. I told her exactly what I was doing because she wanted to know how I had and yada yada yada. I told her what was up. I told her I was in Atlanta because I wanted to get into acting.
That ain't what you told her. Obviously, y'all got to get in the situation because you say you've been in Atlanta a year and a half. She hit you up within that year. Y'all got to get reacquainted. Y'all ain't really talk hard in your eyes when you're telling me since college.
Not my eyes. It's her eyes too. Like
in both your eyes. Okay.
It was a DM.
That's a long time ago.
It was a DM. She pulled up. I told her to pull up because I wanted her to see how I was living.
Okay.
So I pull up and she pulled up.
Y'all had some drinks? Was anything going down?
I had drinks. I got plenty of drinks on the refrigerator right there. I drink. I like to sip. And, we smoked a little weed, about the old times, and then new times.
Okay. And then, so between that period, any intimacy?
Say what?
Between that period, any intimacy? Y'all?
After we got together, you know what I mean? We got some intimacy, but it wasn't all the time. You know what I mean?
It was good. It was okay. Y'all was picking up of old times.
Yeah. She was dating Travis from the show Over.
Okay.
She had just
broken up. She said that.
Moved out of her house. And she was with him all last year. Like, they were going together all last year. And so she had just broke up with him and had been broke up with him for like a month before she got with me. So I think she was with him for like all that time before me and her. And then, you know, now that she's
free, okay. Now during that time,
the big dark with the beard, you know what I'm talking about?
Okay. During that time when y'all together, though, would you consider that a relation, some kind of relationship? Do you feel that she had feelings for you, that y'all were kind of intimate and see each other on a weekly basis?
Listen, I'm not gonna act like I did not like her.
Okay.
It's not that I didn't like her at all. Like, no, she's a woman. She's not. Like I said, my mom chocolate. She liked it. We kicked it and out to our bar, but she had her thing going on. My thing going on.
Okay. So leading up to that part, how to put a ring on it happened. Y'all kicking it basically off and on. Would you say at this point y'all seen each other maybe twice a week?
Put a ring on it came ASAP.
Okay. ASAP, once y'all started talking again.
We started talking again. Put a ring on it came. Went to Young Jock. You know what I mean? Went to holler at Young Jock and, to be on Love. And we went to Young Jock and we tried to holler at Young Jock about on Love and Hip Hop. And Young Jock was, you know, he was gonna see what's up. And so Young Jock gave us a tape. She knew Jock, I knew Jock, because Jock was on my tape. And so me and Jock out and we said he bought us a bottle.
We got that part. I remember that part, and y'all trying to get on Love and Hip Hop. Now this is how kind of I know from just being on reality TV how the recruiting part kind of goes on. You're right. Somebody hits you in your DM. They say, hey, would you like to interview for the show? Y'all go on like 5 or 6 interviews. You got to do the psychological person who kind of like sees where your psyche is at. It's the same routine. This routine takes a while. So you guys knew for a while, at least probably 4 to 5 months at the very least, that you're about to be on this show.
Yeah, no. I got messages right now. I can show you, like, you know, basically, like, it was fast. Like, I got receipts. I got messages.
I mean, y'all had to go through some interviews. I know y'all went through at least 2 or 3 interviews.
I would say, yeah, 2 or 3 interviews, and that shit was in.
And then y'all had to go through the psych exam. I know y'all went through your psych exam.
Yeah. That shit was like 2 months. That shit was
okay, 2 months. Okay, 2 or 3. Okay. I know they're trying to speed it up a little bit, so I'll give you 2 months. So 2 months, y'all knew y'all was being on the show.
Yeah.
During those 2 months, were y'all still intimate with each other?
A couple times, yeah.
Skip the relationship. Couple times, okay. So going into the show, knowing y'all was going to be on the show, y'all were in somewhat of an intimate relationship.
Yeah, I liked her. She liked me. We were friends. We smoked cigars.
And the reason I ask that is I'm not trying to bust your head or anything. I just want to let people know, okay, it wasn't a 14-year relationship. It might not have been a 6-month relationship. But going into the filming, she had feelings for you. You had feelings for her. Intimacy was involved. And, you know what I mean? You might have had a plan, but at least it was some feelings involved that we know. It wasn't just, I met Joe Blow off the street. and we just decided to come up with this whole big plan to kind of to fool everybody, right?
Right.
At least I can go off that, and I'm okay with that.
Okay.
So now tell me about Put a Ring On It. Y'all,
Okay.
now y'all filming, you're on set, you're meeting your castmates, you're meeting production.
Yeah.
Y'all probably filming, if y'all probably on schedule every day, y'all probably filming, right?
Every day.
Every day. Yeah, every day. So y'all got some kind of filming to do every day at a certain time. They call you up, be here. They don't give you a lot of time. Whose house would you go in? Would you like say, hey Lex, let's go together from your house?
Every morning I went to her house. I came here every night. I left her house. The Georgie, the Greek girl, Gigi, she would come pick me up. And there was another girl who would come up and she would come get me from the house.
But why would you go to Lex's house? What was the reason to that?
Because we would film in the morning.
Him and what?
We would film in the morning, so they would film us at the house.
Oh, so all the filming was done at her house.
Most of the filming of the home was in her house. The pictures of me in the house, we went to Kiko's and took those photos and placed them in the home to make it look like I lived there.
But I saw dates. What about when y'all went on the dating part and stuff? Y'all had to meet at certain date areas, right?
Yeah.
When
I would
those
drive.
days, you got done filming your dates. Did you go back to Lex's house, or where would you go in after those dates?
Now, on those dates, I would drive my car to Lex's house, and then we'd leave together inside her truck. I did not want my car on TV because I didn't want people to know like my tag number. I didn't want none of that on. I didn't want people to see what car I was in because of the building I stay in.
So you were always going to Lex's house
on TV.
No, I get it. You were always going to go together.
I have to do it here because I got low key. It's very low key here. These people, here don't know who I am. Now they know because of this.
No, I get that part. You know what I mean? I didn't want my car on there either. I get that part.
I didn't want my car. I didn't want my condo on TV because I ain't want folks to know I stay, and I ain't want folks to know what I was driving in.
A lot of people felt that way. I get it. But what I'm saying is this: were you trying to always be with Lex or go with Lex in order to full production? Or was it just y'all were kicking it sometimes anyway?
Yes. Like I would, if I wasn't there by the time production got there, because I was sleepy and tired, she would act like I was out all night, and then I pull up, but I beat them there. Okay. Or if I'm tired, I would like get there the same time they did. You know what I mean? So production knew that I was at one point because they had discussions with Kai about me and Nick being authentic. They had discussions with Kai. I'm not gonna call the producer's name. We asked Kai. They had discussions with Kai about asking her, do she think me and Lex was authentic, or were we a real relationship?
I get it, because I'll tell you this, production, at least we got similar production teams from my show to your show. Production knows everything.
Yeah.
I mean, they're everywhere. It's not too much they don't know. They pride themselves on that. So for them to not know, you to trick them 100%, and they're doing private interviews with certain people and prying in different ways, and they got some production people that's acting like they're friends with some people in order to get some extra information. It's kind of hard to believe that you were able to trick them for too long.
By the end, they started realizing it, and they just kept it a hush because it was too late. We were too deep in the show.
Okay. Okay, I could buy that.
But I mean, if they can't be that stupid, you know what I mean? Because I was showing up every morning to the house. I stayed here every night.
Okay.
I would leave the house, Georgie I would have a rental car, you know what I mean, or Georgie would come get me, you know what I mean, or my other friend would come get me.
Okay, so tell me this. Let me talk about the timeline.
All right.
Filming. How long did it take y'all to film the season?
Shit. 2 months? Like 2 months?
2 months. How long between y'all end up filming the season and filming the reunion?
Say what?
How long between y'all getting done filming the season and y'all filming the reunion?
I would say we started filming the reunion 2 to 3 weeks after we finished filming the other shit.
Okay, so you were watching the episodes up to y'all time to film the reunion. About what episode was you up on by the time it was time to film the reunion?
I would say no, we didn't film the reunion during the show. Like the show didn't start until the show didn't start till after we filmed.
After y'all filmed the reunion?
Yeah, we were filming that reunion ASAP. This I'm telling you, bro. This shit
So
went fast.
You had to show y'all the scenes then, because you had to know what to talk about.
Scene. I saw the first scene when I was at the reunion. Eric, he had a laptop, and Eric played it on the laptop.
Okay, well tell me this. Okay,
hold on. I forget. No. We saw some. We did see some. I forget. I don't know which one it was. 2 or 3. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Tell me this is the question I have. I'm curious on this. If y'all didn't see none of this that we saw on TV up to the reunion, how did she know that she was in a bad enough light to jump ship? Because obviously nobody was in her Instagram or something.
She didn't decide to jump ship. She didn't decide to jump ship until like the day I posted me and her at the cigar bar that we had went to 3 days ago.
Well, obviously she didn't choose you on the show, so she jumped ship before that.
I had her from production. I had a little friend. I had a little birdie in my ear from production that they end up firing. He told me, like, look, they're going to play you. He was like, it's going to be a mess at the reunion. He told me I don't want to be involved with it anymore. We're supposed to have been, the producer who's supposed to take care of me as far as the reunion. He literally told me, like, look, I'm not doing it. I would not be there. They're going to play you. So I'm like, wow. So I'm like, okay. I need to come up with a concoction. I need to come up with me something. And so I found.
Were you and Lex talking to themselves? Why wouldn't you just call her and get some information?
Say what?
If you and Lex had no beef up to that point, and she didn't jump.
Oh no, it was beef right after listen. We played it out. It was beef right after the show where Kai told like basically what had happened. Okay, production. I was trying to beat production to telling Lex that we actually had sex. The plan was to just go on a couple of dates with Kai behind the scenes. It wasn't supposed to be sex. The sex just fell in the lap.
And I get that part. And I know, and just to correct that, I know you told Little Black Book that you planned to have sex with Kai, and that was part of the plan. I didn't buy that part. And here's the reason I didn't buy it. Nobody in that situation thinks about production and their plan of the show. I remember on my show when I got, I had a conversation with Alexis towards the end. That was kind of like our breakup conversation. I was a little revved up. I was going to the bar, and I invited Amber out. And we had a good time. We're dancing, and we're doing that, drinking, meeting the friends. The kiss that we had, I was not thinking about production or anything like that. It just happened. I didn't know it was coming, anything of that nature. We was just having a good time. So nobody was thinking about anything about the show or anything at that time. Now in the morning when you wake up, you remember, God, I'm still on the show. Like, you know, who's going to tell who about that situation and what's going on? So I can believe that it gets kind of happened with you and Kai having sex. Y'all was out, you had some drinks, you were having a good time. But when you woke up in the morning, were you like worried about, man, is Lex going to find out? Should I be the one to tell her? Should I wait for this to come out?
Of course I was. I didn't know when I was going to tell her. Like, I knew I had to tell her because it went further than it was supposed to go. I told Lex before the show, look, I'm going to go on a bunch of dates with this girl. And we're going to go out, and that's going to be it. It wasn't supposed to be, you know, the sex part wasn't supposed to happen. It just happened, and I would say Kai caught feelings and decided to air me out.
But you knew she was going to air you out anyway.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we're in the phone, all this stuff comes out. Production's going to ask her private questions. They're going to get it out of her. They already knew before she probably told you.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, my little birdie told me, like, look, they know about it.
They know about it. Like I said, when I kissed Amber, I decided to tell. And they edited it weird to make it seem like I could blurt it out. But I was going to tell that morning. I called up Alexis. I called him, Amber. I was like, I'm going to tell because this is about to come out anyway. And I'd rather it come from me while I'm still on the show or whatnot. But when I told, they already knew. So it was going to come out anyway. So that's what I'm saying. I wanted to get ahead of it. I didn't know if you thought about calling up.
The whole point was to get the bag. Listen. The whole point was to get the bag. The whole point was, look, we're going to do this, and then we're not going to get a ring. We're not going to do the proposal. We're not going to get a ring the same time they got a ring. You know what I mean? What we're going to do is I'm going to propose to you after it to stretch it out so we can get a spin-off. You know what I'm saying? The point was to get a spin-off. You know what I mean? The point was to keep getting another chick or keep the chick going.
Well, this is where you went wrong at, though, man. Here's the thing. You already got Lex. She's going off the 14-year relationship lie.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't going good. You know it ain't going good during the production because the production is asking questions. You got a doctor on set asking questions. It's making her look bad through the thing. But she riding with you. You guys don't have no problems up to that point. She knows she's looking like a fool on national TV, but she's okay. She's riding with you.
She's not. She wasn't okay. I had to coach her. She was crying. She was hurt. And I had to tell her, like, look, just play the damsel in distress. I'll be the bad guy.
And you're doing that, but then you drop the hammer on her by having sex with Kai. She can't bounce back from that. So
yeah, that was a discussion too. You know what I mean? Like, look, that happened. You know what I mean? Are we gonna move on or what?
She can't. Like, she's already looking like a fool. Now you got her looking like, she might say, I look like a fool for you, but I ain't about to look like a damn fool.
But listen, about it, we weren't, when I told her the next day, like, when they recorded it, I told her the next day. She didn't find out when the show came. She knew I did it.
But you weren't the first person. Were you the first person to tell her?
I was the first person to tell her, yeah.
Okay. So
I told her the next day after the last dinner me and Kai had.
Okay. So at least she knew ahead of time so she can get ahead of it. But you did kind of understand that, man, I'm putting a lot on this woman's plate to accept a wedding ring from me.
Of course I did. And I stuck in there with her and made sure she had a level head. You know, the time she was going back and forth with Kai, I was trying to stop her from doing it because I told her, like, that's not going to be a good look for you to keep going back and forth with Kai. Stop fighting with Kai and let's continue playing.
But you do understand that maybe that, because we're going to take some accountability, right? Having sex with Kai kind of messed up whatever master plan y'all might have had going into this thing.
Honestly, at the time it happened, I felt that way.
Okay.
But the feedback I got from it, I was like, damn. You know what I mean? Wow. You know what I mean? Now when it happened, I was like, damn, because they kicked me off the show for like 2 episodes. You know what I mean? But like, when it showed up on TV, it was different. It was like, okay, damn. You know, if I wouldn't have did that with Kai, things wouldn't have panned it out the way they panned out. We wouldn't have got the look that we got. You see what I'm saying? I told my sister.
We can go have sex and high five each other and pound and stuff like that. But this is a woman that that you're not gonna marry. So she's going to have to marry another man sooner or later down the line. How you think he gonna feel that she let a man have sex with you know what I mean, another girl? You know, he gonna bring that up. Oh, you over here tripping on me, girl, but you let my man.
But not if she would have continued with the game plan. The plan was to marry her after the show was over, to stretch it.
I get it, but you don't think she gonna look like a super fool?
Not after you put that ring on her finger. We would have cleared all that up after the apology, and after I put the ring on her finger and apologized and asked her to marry me in front of her friends and family. The plan was to have a party. I show up to the party, apologize, ask her to marry me there. She said yes, and then it's gonna fix everything.
Dude, you would take her to Aruba or something. It better not been no party at the house in the backyard.
Yeah, we were supposed to like do it, and it was gonna be recorded so we could put it on IG.
I get it. Okay, let's jump into Kai. All right. So Kai shows up. You got to date with Kai for the first time. Did you notice chemistry right away with her?
Right
because
away.
here's the thing. This is how I'm thinking. If
Right
I'm on
away.
the show, I know I got these dates coming. I'm worried. I know I need to impress my dates, but you are on a straight blind date. At least we're able to see all our people, right?
Right.
And let's just get it twisted. I mean, keep it straight. If you go on 10 blind dates, maybe 5 girls might find you attractive. 5 girls might say, hey, I like bald-headed. I like dark skin. I like that type of swag. The other 5 girls might say, hey, I like light skin. I like 6'6". You might not be their type. So you were probably trying to find a woman that accepted, that liked you, your look, your thing of that nature. Because on a blind date, you never know. They can act like they like you, but you got to tell right away that she's probably looking like, nah, that ain't for me. Or she's looking like, oh, yeah, okay, I like that. So can you tell right away that she was attracted to you? And what kind of attraction do you have for her?
Listen, before we even got on camera, like I saw her on the elevator, and I didn't even know she was the date.
Okay.
And we clicked on the elevator. She knew I was the date, but I didn't know she was the date. And then one of the producers was like, look, that's the date. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of figured, you know what I mean? But I didn't know exactly. No, like, they wouldn't let us talk, you know what I mean? Because they wanted to save all the conversation for the cameras.
Because I know how these dates are. These dates are kind of, you're on a date, you got the cameras in your face, production kind of telling you how to play it a little bit. And, you know, y'all can talk a little bit, but it's not a real intimate situation. So at one point, y'all had to get on your own in order to find out if there was any romantic connection between y'all two. When did that happen? Because there wasn't no on film. It's impossible.
Like I said, we was in the elevator. She had on some Alexander McQueen shoes that were hurting her feet. And so after I found out who she was hurt, her feet were hurting, and I told her, let me get your shoes. And she gave me her shoes, and she walked, she had on some little socks, and she walked barefooted on the way to the set. She put on her little socks after I got her shoes that was in her bag. And we walked to the set, and yeah, that's how I really like pulled. Like I was like, you know, wait to wear those shoes, you know what I mean? Because they were killing her feet.
Okay, tell us about the day, the night of the sex. How did it even happen?
The date of the what?
That y'all was intimate with each other, you and Kai. How did that even happen?
Like I told you, we was interested in each other on the show.
I don't know, but did y'all go to a bar? Did you get say, hey?
We in the kid, they did a little strip club thing. You know?
Okay.
And we kicked it. and we went back to my spot.
Okay. And was it cool and awkward morning? Was it cool in the morning?
In the morning, yeah, it was like, I had a good night. It was a good time. Of course, I thought about Lex, but I had a good night. We were drunk. We had a good time. We both were tipsy. We both were just having a good time. And the next day, breakfast and marijuana.
Did you feel like, okay, now you're kind of in a triangle? Because Lex is a beautiful woman, like face pretty. I think so. I mean, I know you said that she might have a few masculine qualities, but she's a hooper, and I'm a hooper, so I like that.
Understood.
Yeah. And Kai, beautiful woman, body perfect, right? So did you think that, hey, man, I might have a decision here to make, or was you pretty clear about sticking to the plan the whole time?
I did. I told Kai. You can ask Kai. I told Kai about the argument me and her had. See, what happened was Lex and my baby mama had a discussion that they shouldn't have had. My baby mom was supposed to be styling Lex. And they had a discussion that they shouldn't have had. And that's when I fell out with Lex. And I was like, fuck you. And so I told Kai, look, we finna come up with a plan. I told Kai, I say, look, how much are they charging? How much are they paying you to come on the show? And she told me $600 a day. So I told her, look, I'm gonna get you on like 5 more times so we can earn that 600. You know what I mean? It's 3,500. And she was like, cool.
Okay, and here, this is the part I don't understand, because you said Lex talking to your baby mama. And I understand that there's 2 sets of relationships. You got your relationship on the show, and then there's outside relationships. Every show has that, right? You know what I mean? It's just real, that's just reality of the situation. But how is Lex playing this when she knows you're dating women outside the show? You said she knows. She knows that you have attraction to Kai. How is she even functioning to be able to play this as into you, or as in this is going to be a future thing? You know what I mean? Because you're not giving her any indication that this could be anything.
Man, we were like a football team huddle. You know what I mean? We get in the huddle and we come up with what we're going to do the next day. Her walking off stage when I was saying I want to go on another date with Kai, that was planning premeditated. Everything was planned, man. We discussed it until she let production get in her head. And when she let production get in her head, that's when I started coming up with my own.
Okay. And that's when you probably got
production was telling her not to tell me things.
Okay, so tell me this. And this is, I'm going from my show, and I understand how production is. Right. When you're on the set and you can't really get back to your normal life because you're filming every day, and these are the people that you're seeing every day, if for some reason the set and production has a way of just sinking you in emotionally.
Right.
I know that because here I am on my show with women I only been on 2 dates with, a date, 3 dates with, and I'm over here having these emotions. And emotions I never really had. I was probably the most emotional I've ever been on set. Was there any point where it sunk you in, where you were thinking like, man, me and Lex might work out? Yeah. I might really like this woman. Man, I'm feeling maybe this is more real than I thought.
Yeah. Like I told you, if me and her would have went ahead and finished the plan, I was gonna eventually say, "Hey, look, let's make it work. Let's work it out so we can continue with this black love that we, displayed on, in front of everybody." But like, no, I had plans. I had a plan on like kicking it with her.
I get it, but okay, we're gonna move on. But I'm just saying that at the time, you're still talking to the 2 girls that are picking you up and taking you in the set. I know you're still talking to your baby mama. So, I mean, you're trying to squeeze Lex in, and you get to have sex with Kai.
Me and my baby mama had sex.
Oh, everything cool?
Me and my baby mama had a boyfriend.
Okay.
It's just her and my baby mama had a conversation that went far.
Okay. We're going to take out the cage. There's still 3 girls. And you're expecting Lex to be okay with it. Is what I'm saying. It's kind of hard.
Yeah, I mean, Lex, me and my baby mama was not kicking it. Lex knew my baby mama back in college.
I get it. I'm not talking about the baby mama. I'm talking about you admitted that you had other girls you were talking to.
Oh no, I admit I had like I said, I had Greek girl and I had someone else I was talking to.
Okay, let's go to the infamous video at the cigar spot. We know that's y'all spot. You know what I mean? That's probably y'all both probably VIP there. You had a drink hook up there. Y'all both like cigars. We seen y'all smoking it. That was after the reunion, after everything. Was that after y'all was kind of beeping and you just kind of just said, hey, let's just meet up for old time's sake? Or
as far as the cigar spot, like we weren't there frequently. Like I told you before earlier, I couldn't go as much as I wanted to. Because I ain't gonna,
Well, I get it, but that's low key spot. You ain't a celebrity at a cigar spot all the time. You know what I mean? No older gentlemen wearing the jacket, smoking, mind their business usually.
I mean, yeah, but when they found out I was in the building, like they would do too much. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Okay. Do you know what Lex's goals was for being on the show? We know that you said you was taking acting classes, you wanted to be an actor. What was her benefit for even being on there? She ain't taking no acting classes. She's an athlete.
Yeah. I mean, she's not an athlete anymore. If she's an athlete, I'm an athlete.
No, I get it, but she's been in coaching. Most people on that trajectory want to coach women's college or want to do something.
During my break, while I was going through it, I was coaching football. I was a defensive coordinator at a Christian academy. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, if she was like, and I was working at the Christian academy because the school was owned by my cousin. It was a low-key school. And also, T.I.'s daughter's boyfriend was one of the coaches. You know what I mean? So, he made it cool to have that job. So if she's an athlete,
I get it, but you're talking about yourself. You ain't answering the question. I'm saying, here's the thing. On my show, I'm dating Alexis, right? I didn't know her goals on the show until the very end when she said, hey, I'm taking this a lot serious than you are. You got a job. You got stuff going on out there. You don't care. You might not even watch this. I got to get something out the deal. I want to be in TV broadcast. You know what I mean? I want to do something with this.
Right.
This is my first time like, wow, people had goals coming in this. I thought we were just coming here just to date. I'm naive. I was like, I'm naive. I got to be the stupidest dude on earth.
Right.
I know you came in with the goal of acting, and she kind of jumped ship and did her own thing. Were you kind of aware that she might have had her own goal to maybe do a talk show, to maybe kind of sell Team Lex t-shirts, whatever it is, and you kind of get a feeling that, man, we might not be on the same goal page here. This girl might not want to be an actor on Love and Hip Hop. She might want to turn this into a whole girl power movement thing.
I think she did after she realized that she could. I think when she realized she could, that's when she was like, okay, look, I want to do my own thing. I don't want to end it the way you wanted to end it.
Okay, I get that part. So now to the reunion. And here's the thing about the reunion. I believe that after you had sex with Kai and things of that nature, that you kind of kept her happy and in the forefront, because just in case Lex was playing some games on the reunion, you wanted to be able to leave with Kai as a backup, because the Superman leads with Lois Lane. The man who leads with the girl is the man, no matter what. He's the guy. Nobody wants to lead a reunion lonely. I mean, I even thought about calling up somebody to try to get something. Nobody wants to be the lonely person to lead a reunion. They want to act like they got something going on. So, and you knew that going in, because I knew that pretty much going into the reunion. So you probably said, hey, let me keep being cool with her, because nobody could call me a villain to say anything wrong if I leave this reunion in a relationship with one of the girls.
Right.
And that's true talk. Did you think that way?
I did, and like I told you, one of the little birdie told me, like, look, you need to figure out something because they're gonna play you. They're gonna play you, and so that's when I was like, okay, I need to get with Kai, and Kai's gonna be my girlfriend. And so I showed up to the reunion with Kai.
Okay.
I showed up to the reunion with Kai. On purpose, you know what I mean?
On purpose.
Do I apologize to Kai for that? Yeah, I did. I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I apologize to her.
Yeah, I think Kai deserves an apology for that because after sex, you kind of knew that she was catching feelings. She might have wanted something a little more. And then at a certain point, you knew that you didn't, and you didn't really break it to her. And I think that as men, that we need to, like, we can't blame women for making poor decisions on men without giving them all the full information.
Right.
And you were hiding some information a little bit.
Right, I was.
Yeah. Just like Lex was kind of hiding some information from you. She didn't tell you her whole game plan. And then you knew how it made you feel.
Right.
Just like in my show, some women was hiding some information from me. I felt betrayed. So that betrayal is a real gene. Nobody likes it. So, you know what I mean? We can't make the women do anything and take accountability for anything, but we can take accountability for ourselves as men and say that, hey, you know what I mean? I didn't give her the full story, and you can give her an apology and stuff because she was down. She seemed down for you.
She was. Like I said, I apologize to Kai. I apologize now. I'm sorry, Kai. I did that. I used her as a tool to get what I wanted to get. I didn't plan on just leaving Kai alone. Like, if I would have made it to the mountaintop, and if I still do make it to the mountaintop, you know what I mean? I get $10 million. Oh, I'm gonna call Kai and be like, hey, you know what I mean? You know, not bringing up the drug allegations and all that bullshit. You know, I understand her playing that role and her doing that, but at the end of the day, like, you know, of Georgie, the Greek girl. If I was to get $10 million right now, I most definitely call her and be like, hey, Georgie, here's some money. Here's a lot of money. The other girl who was picking me up from Meg's house, who wants to keep herself quiet. Listen, these are not people
it ain't all about
using to get on my way to the top. These are people that I'm cool with.
Women were dating you. You said it yourself. They didn't care if you had money or not. And so sometimes this is how you take care of them. And I learned this, and this is a part of that accountability. And I learned this from Stacy. Shout out to Stacy B. Ready to Love Season 3. I was on an interview, and I guess I was talking too much a little bit. And Cassandra, one of my dating bitches on the show, got a little upset. I didn't know why. I didn't say much. So I go to Stacy. I'm like, what's wrong with her? Or something like that. And she said, Stacy the type of person, she's very smart. She's very to the point. She's going to say something that's very educational, and you either catch it or you don't. If you don't catch it with that real quick sentence, she would never repeat it again. But if you catch it, it'll sound like she gave you 9 paragraphs. And she said, Ron, at the end of the day, all women want to know is that they feel protected by you. And as men, I try to pride myself as a protector and a provider. And I know you old school like me, and you kind of pride yourself as a protector. And bringing up drugs, this stuff don't go away. These lives stay and stuff like that. And then bringing that up with the women, you know, it's more acceptable in the rap culture and the men culture, but for the women, it's not a good way to protect them. And we need to protect their image as the black women, you know, at all costs if we can. And we just need to apologize for that. That's not a good look to even bring them into that situation. You know what I mean?
Because she's a black woman, period. That's the point of protecting her. Like I said, the end game was supposed to be marry her you know, propose to her in front of everyone because I didn't propose to her and marry her on TV. The point of marrying her after the cameras was off was to stretch the money. You know what I mean? Keep the show going. You feel what I'm saying? That was the protection part. That was the protecting the black woman, protecting black love.
And I get that, but some of the interviews you know what I mean, and the women got mad about that type of stuff. They didn't tell you or not. That was part of the problem. And they said, hey, man, we were rocking with you. We get it, but we can't have those allegations towards our reputation. We're working in jobs, got businesses. We got to go. You're not about to marry us, so we got to go marry future guys who might bring that back up. And you know what I mean? I had to learn it the hard way. You had to learn. We have to protect their image at one point, right. Mad or not. No matter we upset them, no matter what's going on, we have to do that.
These women would have been compensated.
It's all about money.
I'm gonna say something. Let me say something. Like, you know, even though me and Lex went through what we went through, I apologize to Lex. You know what I'm saying? You know, I apologize for coaching her through this and having her to, like, you know, help me with the situation, even though she benefited from it too. You know, I apologize to Lex. I apologize to Kai. You know what I mean? And that's it. That's the only people I apologize to.
No, and that's good. Like I said, that's your point to healing. I was in a situation where I had to heal. I felt that I was betrayed. You know, in certain situations and things of that nature, I had to heal from it. And I think you forgiving Lex for kind of jumping ship and saying, hey, Lex, I want your brand to be successful. I want you to have as much success as possible. I'm okay with the situation that you didn't 100% go through the plan. I got my own plan. I'm going to do my own thing. But reach out to Alabama and say, yo, I hope we can still be friends. We were friends before. It wasn't, you know what I mean? And kind of solve that. And I'm not just going to throw rocks at a glass ceiling. I'm going to do it for myself. All this time is two things I thought I'd never do. I thought I would never forgive or talk to Amber and Alexis for my show ever again. I said that with them girls through me, and a lot of people that know the situation wouldn't have blamed me. But I'm sick of saying I love all my castmates and stuff too. So I'm reaching out to Olive Branch and saying, hey, Alexis, Amber, I 100% forgive you. Forgive me. I want to reach out for a friendship again. We all were cool at one point. Mm-hmm. And I'm over all that. We're healed. We're done. I appreciate y'all queens. I hope y'all brands become big. I know, Alexis, you got a strong work ethic. I already told you. I hope you become big in TV or whatever you want to do. And I hope Amber becomes district attorney, mayor, whatever she want to be, man. I want them ladies to get the bag. I love, you know what I mean? I want all my castmates to do well. And just giving them healing vibes and just saying, hey, you know, I'm done with all that he say, she say stuff. You know what I mean? We passed that. And I know I'm a little further along. My show has ended a little more than you, and you would get there in time. But I'm giving you the blueprint to do it now. That way you ain't just looking to kind of blast Lex every chance he gives, a little success and stuff like that.
Like I said, listen, everything I did, I meant to do it. I'm not, I hold myself accountable for everything I did. I wanted to do it. I don't regret doing it, because if I didn't do it, I wouldn't have the attention and the power that I got now. Hey man, I'm trying to do my thing, man. I can't go work at McDonald's. I can't go work at no fucking Dollar General. I can't go work at Burger King. So because of the women that I like to attract, you know what I mean, as a high value man, I have to goddamn do music.
You gotta create
shows like this to keep my money going. I'm just trying to do my thing. I'm just trying to feed my kids. You know what I mean? I'm trying to pay my rent at $2,500 today. That's $2,500. You know what I mean? You know, I got a car note. I got a dog, you know what I mean? My daughter graduated from school, you know what I mean? And I had to pay, I got bills to pay, you know what I mean?
And you remind,
Somebody asked me, was I trying to revive my career? Yes.
of
I'd be a
course.
stupid fool. I'd be a dumbass not to be trying to revive my career. And to use this platform to revive my career is what I did. You know what I mean? And everything I did because I wanted to, and I respect myself. See, I don't care what nobody gotta say. Like, I gotta brush my teeth in the morning. You feel me? So when I wake up in the morning, I have to look at Smoke. I have to look at Darion in the mirror, and I have to make sure Darion is okay with what he did. I don't give a damn what they say. You feel what I'm saying? And Darion was cool with what he did. You feel what I'm saying? Now, do I apologize to those women? Yes. I apologize to them. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. Lex, I'm sorry. Kai, I'm sorry. Greek girl, I'm sorry. Asia, I'm sorry, Asia. You know, at the end of the day, Asia was picking me up from Lex house, and the Greek girl was picking me up from Lex house. I apologize to these women. You know what I mean? I understand female energy, and female energy is way more stronger than a man. When these men learn that these women are way more powerful than us, they'll have the power. You know what I'm saying? And so, at the end of the day, like, I use that female energy to get where I wanted to get. You know what I mean? As I'm supposed to. You know what I mean? But women have to give it to you. They wanted to give me their female power, and I used it to my best ability. And I apologize to the hearts I broke in the process.
Okay, that's on the past. And like I said, I commend you for being a black male to apologize for one, to admit your wrongdoings. The past don't equal the future to me. So let's talk about now. I mean, I know that you and Gigi have a long heritage together. I know that, you know what I mean? We're older, man. Let's just keep it real, man. We 40. We can't do this forever. I know I want to be married to have kids one day. Do you want to be married to have kids one day?
Hey, man, I got kids, but I want to be married, of course.
You want to be You said that loyalty was real big in what you want to see in a woman because you've been through the groupies and things of that nature.
Love is not what I'm looking for. Love is too hollow. I'm looking for loyalty.
I get it, but here's the problem I got with that, Smoke. Every woman you done had has been one of the most loyal women I've ever seen in my life.
I wouldn't say that telling me you want to go your own way is loyalty. Because at the end of the day, let's be loyal to the black community. Come on, listen. We being loyal to the black community by showing them that we can do black love. You know what I mean? We got a high divorce rate in the black community. So I was trying to show that, hey, it can happen, and you don't have to be rich like Gucci Mane and Beyonce and A$AP Rocky and Riri to have black love. And she did not follow through with the plan as planned.
This kind of show is over. You're in real life. This is your life. Here's the thing that I think will help you out. Choosing down a little bit is going to give you a little more clarity in order to focus on other stuff that you need to focus on. It's hard. You got to be hard running around trying to, be loyal and please these different situations. And like I said, you got loyal women, and what you
like I said, listen.
Playing in tech.
Listen. Like I said, listen. If I was to get $1 million right now, these women would be compensated. I would most definitely put bread in their bank account. Matter of fact, if I got 10 right now, I'll give Lex $1 million. I'll give Kai $1 million. I'll give Asia the black $1 million. I'll give Georgie the white girl $1 million. You know what I mean? I keep $6 million for myself. Fact. And check this out. Like I said, I apologize to the 3 black women that I hurt or maybe hurt in the process. Asia, she didn't like that I had sex with Kai. Kai, she was upset. Lex, she was upset. The one white girl, I hurt her feelings too. And I apologize because the situation with me and Kai hurt these girls' feelings.
I understand. I get it. And being an apology, taking accountability is a part of it. But I think people want to see within Darren, what's your future plans of saying, hey, and you might not be a monogamous guy, but you can, these days, you can even get with one of the girls and say, hey,
first of all,
I might not be able to do this, but I can do that.
I'm single. So if I'm single, I can do what the fuck I want to do. So Kai knew about Lex. Lex knew about Kai. The white girl knew about Asia, the black girl, and Asia knew about the white girl. I'm not lying to neither one of these women.
Yeah, I don't think you are. I think you are being upfront and things of that nature. But I just think you can get one and say, hey, this is what I can give you relationship-wise. We can kind of partner up and build together and do something. This is what I can't give you. And she might be okay with it. She might let you do a little something on the side and get back to relationship.
Maybe they're doing something on the side.
Or maybe so. Yeah, you never know. But, yeah, I'm just saying, because like I said, loyalty is real big for you. I thought you had pretty loyal women. Or you might not have found her yet. The one that you're looking for might not be there yet. But I just want you to think about it. You know what I mean? Keep it in existence. That you know, you deserve love too, like every other black man with a big one. I know you got a big one. So
check this out though.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be people want to see receipts.
Okay.
People want to see receipts. I'm not the one to gossip, so I ain't finna be on here with no whole bunch of receipts. I got one receipt.
Okay.
That one receipt, I'm gonna put it up on my phone. I sent it to your phone.
Okay.
People want to know, most of all of this is me, and were me and Lex really 14 years and we really kicking. That's what they want to know.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I sent you something. I just sent you something to your phone. Matter of fact, send it to your wife and show it to the people on the screen. I'm gonna show it to the people on my screen. Now, this receipt is the white girl, or what I like to call the Greek girl. When me and Lex first linked up to do TV together, we were supposed to do love and hip hop.
Gotcha.
I got one receipt and one receipt only, one receipt all I need. I'm not gonna be on here with a bunch of receipts like a gossiping bitch. This receipt right here. This is the message
Turn it up.
White girl sent Lex. I'm gonna post it on my page. I'm gonna post the receipt on my page. This is the message that the white girl sent Lex. I would say a month before we even started recording. The day that me and Lex went out that night, we discussed me and her doing love and hip hop. When we got back to my house that night, the white girl was in the room asleep. I looked in the room. She was knocked out. So I told Lex, you gotta come back and meet her later.
Lex, you wanted to meet her?
Yes, Lex was gonna meet her. Yes. The Greek girl was like, look, she was knocked out. The next day, I told the Greek girl what happened. She waited till after she left, which was the next day, and she hit Lex in her DM. She hit Lex in her DM. As you can see, Lex followers are very low. So you would know that it was back when Lex had, I think many followers she had like 8.2K followers. She had 2.K posts. That was way back. She hit Lex in the DM and asked Lex, like, basically, what's up with you and Darion? Darion told me, y'all was going to holler at Young Jock. This is the photo of me and Lex when we was hollering at Young Jock.
Okay.
Now, it may be on a page still, it may not be. But right after after this photo, or should I say this photo, I'm gonna post these on my page. Right after this photo, was when like I told Shorty, what the deal was. Yeah. That's the receipt. That's the only receipt I need. To show proof that I was with, kicking it with the white girl, and this was way before. And I explained to the white girl what was going on. You know what I mean? And she hit Lex up because she didn't believe me. So she went behind my back. We fell out. That's why we fell out with each other, because she went behind my back and text Lex. And I told her, you fucking up the money. Like, why would you text Lex like that? Like, you fucking up the money. And so you're going to get in the way of the money.
She didn't believe that you were going on the show with Lex just as a plan.
She didn't believe it, so she hit Lex up herself
to see if it really was a plan, or was it she really feeling you, like, or you really dating her?
She wanted to see was I fuck around with Lex or just really doing the show with Lex and trying to get on Love and Hip Hop with Lex.
Okay, I can believe that. Like I said, I think that
I'm gonna post it on my page right now.
I believe that. I think that most people kind of believe that it wasn't a 14-year relationship, and that Lex
wasn't a 14.
To different women, Lex had to know, impossible to not, and that y'all decided to do the show anyway. I mean, I think that's kind of self-explanatory. It's too much going on for nobody not to. And by that time, like I said, y'all already agreed to do the show when y'all was going through it. I think that part kind of explains itself. This part of the last part here is I'm gonna do a Q&A. These are not my questions. These are questions for people in the Ready to Love Facebook group, the Put a Ring on It group, and these are questions that the fans want to ask you.
Go for it.
You can give me the kind of the quick version of the answer on these. There's a lot of questions, and you can just get straight to the point on the question and get it out for it.
Go for it.
So this question is from Danielle Young, and she wants to know, was this only just for the limelight, no matter how the outcome made you look?
Yes, it was only for the limelight. Like I said earlier, I was, trying to salvage what was left of my music career. I'm a rapper, man. I'm an entertainer, man. You know what I mean? So I came to entertain.
Okay. And she also want to know is why aren't you cool with most of the other castmates?
Because Lex had became close to them, and they really believed what was going on, so they didn't like me at all. You know what I mean? Because they were Team Lex before the phrase Team Lex came out. So, Team Smoke, or should I say Team Black?
Okay. This question is coming from Sherry Flanagan, and she wants to know why didn't you just leave Lex alone when you found out that she wasn't with the program?
Say what now?
Why didn't you just leave Lex alone when you found out she wasn't with it?
That she wasn't with it anymore? Because, the bad guy role was playing out. The damsel in distress role she was playing out. I was looking at her followers and looking at my followers as my algorithm to check out and see, so her followers slowing down and my followers slowing down. I was counting her followers as my followers. That was my plan. And I was counting my followers as my followers. So she had got like 12,000 followers. I had got 10,000 followers. And she went up to like 15,000 followers. And so I added all of them up. That's 20,000 followers. And I claimed them as all mine because my situation I did with Kai. The followers, I did out the followers. The followers were slowing down. And so I called her and was like, look, shawty, you know what I mean? It's time to move on to the next plan. It's time for me to apologize to you. And so she linked up with a few people from the production team, and Eric was supposed to be the person to question me. I hadn't done any interviews yet. So my first interview was going to be with her in front of Eric. And Eric was going to, ask me questions. You know what I mean? And I was going to apologize to her on the live with Eric and her. And she decided she wanted to continue with Team Lex. She was like, I got Team Lex going on. I got some interviews going on. And I'm like, still do your interview, but let's move on. Let's move to the next step because this is a small show. This is not I keep saying one, this is a part, man. This is not Love and Hip Hop where we could drag it out. Not a lot of people watch this. I told her, like, look, if it wasn't for me and you, it wouldn't be a third season. You know what I mean? I told her, I said, look, we have overshadowed your show, Ron. I told her, I said, we overshadowed the other shows. I was like, look, let's move on. And so she was like, nah, I don't want to go there yet. I want to wait before we do the apology. And I'm like, no, we need to go now. Like, we need to ride this wave right now. You know what I mean? And
so I heard somebody say, this is not this question, but somebody asked it. It's kind of weird. So on the show, you felt during the show you were 100% single.
100. I'm talking about 1,000%.
So let's do a scenario. Let's say we on the show in the set. You getting out the elevator, a baddie walks across. Lex is right there. You can stop her and get her number right in front of Lex. No problems at all.
Listen, I wouldn't dare do that to no woman.
Niggas can do whatever they want to do.
We can, but if you really trying to, what you call earlier, protect that woman,
yeah,
you're not protecting her feelings. If you're
I'm not saying do it on set. I'm saying do it with nobody around.
Nah, I would never do no woman like that I consider would be a love interest. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Regardless if she's single, I'm single. You can be love interest without being with each other. And I wouldn't dare do that. That'd be fucking up my game.
I can just gauge the level of single you are.
Nah, that'll fuck up my game, man. That'll fuck my game up.
Okay, so Tiki Elder asked the question, were you high during the reunion show?
No, I wasn't high during the reunion show. I was high after the reunion show.
Okay, and Faith Willingham asked, if it was fake, why do you care now? It's
about, I'm a businessman, like I told Shorty in my inbox. I want to stretch this thing out far as I can. I'm gonna drain this rag until it's dry. I'm gonna keep going. You know what I mean? We still run this shit right here. We doing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this is your platform, my platform.
You're about to take an opportunity. You take your opportunities too.
Yeah. In the streets, let me say something, man. In the streets, we stretch that shit to make more money.
Her second question is, what is the ideal age group that you usually date or want to date? And why do you think?
I don't like young girls. I don't like 20s, no 20s. Okay. I don't even like 30. Like, nah.
Okay. And why do you think Lex picked you to be on the show? And she had all these connections with athletes and stuff.
Because we were already in cahoots about being on, Love and Hip Hop.
Okay. Because you said she was dating the one guy. You know, she could have asked him. She could have asked a lot of other people, but you said
she wasn't dating him anymore.
Okay. Well, I mean, she had to ask somebody she wasn't in a relationship with. Then she could have asked him.
I mean, come on. I'm smoking film up, and who are they?
Okay. LaShonda Butler asked, do you feel that you're a victim?
No, not at all. Okay. Like I said, man, listen, I hold myself accountable for everything I did, and I apologize to everybody. I've been held myself accountable. I never said that I didn't do what I did, how I did it, when I did it. Okay. I apologize to those women sincerely. I didn't mean to, I didn't mean for it to turn out the way it turned out. I mean, but the whole time this thing was going on, I was on the phone with my mom, like, look, Mom, she watching, my daughter watching, my other daughter's watching, my son is watching. I'm telling everybody, look, this is the plan. My family knew the plan. Lex family knew the plan. Her dad knew. Her mom knew. It was all fake. Her mom didn't want to deal with it at all. You know what I mean? Her mom wouldn't even. She introduced me to her mom, and her mom didn't want to meet me because me and her were going on this show with a fake relationship. Okay.
Okay. So Amira B asks, how do you think your dating habits help the community, Black community?
Well, I hope she didn't ask that because of the Greek girl. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna do no colorism on here tonight.
That wasn't her question. She just meant in general. You understand, this comes from a different group. They're a little older and stuff. A lot of these women I took these questions from, you know what I mean? What type. You done got in the inbox a couple of times and stuff. They've been on my head. You know what I mean? So they got certain questions, but they good people in that group, and they got a right to ask their questions too. Tawana Parker asks, what have you learned, and how do you feel about Lex today?
What have I learned? I learned that there's blessings in darkness as well as in light. How do I feel about Lex today? I'm cool with Lex, man. I wish, me and her could, one day be cool again. You know what I mean? Besides all of this, we had a lot of fun. And,
Okay. Peggy asks, do you think how you were viewed, or do you think going through this fake relationship thing now and stuff, do you think you could be viewed as trustworthy now because you kind of let the
you spoke earlier about guys who can't get a woman and guys who can get a woman. There are gonna be some people on here that's not gonna agree with me. And there's gonna be some people on here, women on here that's gonna agree with me. I think it's gonna be an even split. There's gonna be some women that aren't my type that I don't think attractive that's gonna disagree with me. And there's gonna be some women that are my type that are attractive that's gonna agree with me. So, at the end of the day, I ain't tripping on that at all.
Okay. Next question is from Rhonda Terry. Did the Dr. Nicole tap into any of your emotions or healing stuff at any time? How was that, doctor?
I would say this. Dr. Nicole should write a book full of quotes. Okay. Dr. Nicole should write a quote book because, she got some game. You know what I mean? Whether the game comes from, no, I would say, listen, man, she went through something for her to have that much game. You know what I mean? She went through some hell. You know what I mean? Just that much heaven from her mouth.
She make you emotional at any points? Yeah, yeah.
Man, listen. She's a tear jerker.
On the tear thing, on the crying part, was that a real tear, or did you really go in the bathroom and try to yarn and throw some water on your eye?
Listen, I saw the boy Sean do it. I saw the attention he got. And yeah.
And you want to know what? This is why I believe you. Because on our show, Joelle had a crying episode, and everybody from my show, they remember this, with the men do, with Jason. And they showed that. And that was an honest tear. That was a real moment. We all got emotional and stuff. We hugged them and stuff. It was an honest brotherhood moment. But you had people coming out the woodwork. People I didn't know was in a room, out everywhere, clapping, bravo, and yes, this is who we needed to see. And everybody kind of peaked all their attention. And it was like, Joel was the man that day. And then it seemed like the next couple of weeks, they didn't show all these things and probably show a lot, but a lot of brothers were just dropping tears out of nowhere. And you kind of tell, like, come on, man, you know that's popular. You know what I mean? You got to tell all them tears weren't real. We like everybody crying now. What's going on? So I was in a similar situation where we saw that crying on camera as a black man was getting all this applause and all this gratitude, and then we saw people trying to duplicate it after on our show. So I can kind of believe that statement 100%. What you said.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I had been playing the villain so much to where I was like, okay, Smo, you've been playing bad guy this whole time. You know, you gotta show some. You know, you gotta show that you gotta show the soft side. And so that's another reason why I cried. It was like, okay, you've been going hard.
This part of the Q&A, this is from my own girl, Margaret. Now, Margaret she got our back, the mittens back on reality television. And she's the real deal. So these are going to be some more male-friendly questions. And she's a sweetheart. You probably going to meet her. I mean, she goes to every event. She's cool. Real deal. That's my sweetheart. But here's her question. First, she wanted to say is, I'm glad Darion is willing to come clean, unlike Lex. Now she started it off. And then she said, now that Lex called Dina, who I don't know who Dina is, so you have to tell me who that is, and tried to get her on a live to lie on Devin, Ready to Love. Shout out to Devin, the boy, if he's on here. He's a good blogger for our show, Ready to Love. He does a good job. But instead, she went on Kamisha Reviews. Shout out to Kamisha Reviews, another great blogger. Check her site out. She's amazing. And blasted her on her show. How do you feel about that?
As far as Dina goes, like, you know, I'll hold myself accountable for that situation. Like, first of all, I didn't ask Dina for nothing. That 20,000 number, man, she didn't have no. Listen, that girl ain't got no money like that. At the end of the day, like, she offered to help. I turned down the help a lot of times. I was back and forth from Tampa to Atlanta. I was never there. You know what I mean? My mom and my family wanted to move up. That time she speaks about with my parents and my sister and everybody stayed with her, man, that shit was only 3 weeks because the apartment that my mom and my family was getting, they were waiting for that unit to open. You know what I mean? And they had to leave Albany because it was time to go in that spot that was in Albany. She made the shit look like my family literally lived with her for months and years. She spoke about my kids. Like, that's why my other baby mama did the video and the girl Kona did the video, because they know that all of that was just cap. Like, come on, man, it's about the children. You know what I mean? Me being bummy and and walking like, come on. Anyway,
No, I know what you're talking
you know what?
about.
I want to say this right here. I apologize to Dina. At
She
the end
said
of the day with Dina,
that was the time when you were down. You know what I
I
mean?
was down. Listen. Dina was supposed to. Listen, people were helping me when I was down,
Definitely.
as they should. If they were down, I would have helped them. You know what I'm saying?
This old school.
Dina exaggerated a lot in her story, but I should have turned it down. Now, did I know? Hold on. Did I know Dina liked me like that? Yes, I did, bro. She's not my ex. Me and her never were together. I was in Tampa. I was in Tampa. I was back and forth from Tampa to Jacksonville. Listen, when she put the car in her name that I paid for, that's when I hit the road. And she never saw me anymore, and that's what happened.
I get it.
I apologize for what happened with Dina. Did I play on Dina's feelings? Yes, I did. I knew she liked me like that. Did I ask for anything? No, I didn't have to. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, when my folks were going through what they were doing, the transition from the crib in Albany to the crib to Atlanta, like she went and picked my folks up. I didn't tell her to go do that. My mom didn't ask her to do that. She offered to go do that. You know what I'm saying? So, I didn't stop her. You know what I mean? It was help. She said she was helping me from the heart. As you can see, she wasn't. Because if she helped me from the heart, she wouldn't have done the video like that.
No, I think she still liked you. I remember the video now. I just think she can still have feelings for you. But like I said, when you down and out in something, it's been, I remember the old school guys who would come over to your grandma's house. He was your grandma's friend, and he'd give her $100, $200 a week for nothing but some conversation and a home cooked meal just to help her out and keep groceries in the house. Everybody gets down at some point. Everybody got to help somebody. And I understand that part.
But still, the situation with Lex, I was up.
Yeah.
I wasn't down with Lex. You know what I mean? My situation was good. I was living here. You know what I mean? Paying that 25. You know what I mean? I had my car. My life was good when I met Lex.
I don't think
you know what I'm saying? Lex didn't help me. Lex didn't help me do nothing at all. Lex got on TV and wanted to get on TV on her own, and I wanted to get on TV on my own, and we came up with a story together.
Okay, Marcus, next question. How do you feel about Lex shopping around her talk show to athletes, including Eric?
I mean, listen, if you ain't green, if you unmatrix yourself, you can see for herself. You can look on her page and see, like, what she's doing. Like, I mean, she's trying to get her own situation together. Do it. Hey, all power to you. For the love of Lex, you know what I mean? Y'all get it going. You know what I'm saying? I want her to get her flowers. I want her to get her justice due. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's about the money, man. You know what I mean? I got to feed my children. She got to pay her.
Okay, next question. And I hate to ask this, but it's not for me. It's not my question. There's talks that Lex was bisexual. Do you believe it?
No. Lex is not bisexual at all. She's a baller. You know what I mean? She a baller. She play ball, so she gonna walk like a man, talk like a man sometimes. You know what I mean? But no, she's not. Lex is not what they saying she is. Lex is a full-blown woman, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, like, I hate they saying that about her, you know what I mean? Because she's very feminine, she's very soft, she's very sweet, she's very kind.
Okay, next question. Who posted the screenshot of her inviting you to the patio?
As you can see, somebody keep calling me. If you look at the video clearly. If you look at the video, you'll see that the camera is in her hand. If you look at the video, you'll see that the camera the whole time. You see Lex taking that video. My arm is around her neck, and my other arm is to the left. Like that's her recording that. The other photos that I have, she shot those videos as well. She took those photos as well. I would say like the only photo that I took of myself was the one that I have on my I have up there as my photo. I forgot what they call that shit. And the one where I'm showing my Louis Vuitton glasses. Other than that, like she shot the rest of those. She shot the photos and she shot that video.
Okay. Next question. Are you surprised Lex still hasn't come clean about everything?
I am surprised because her coming clean would be the right thing to do. Dude, because I'll tell you something. Regardless of who thinks I'm lying right now, what's done in the dark it's gonna come to the light. So if I were her, I'll just go ahead and come clean. You feel what I'm saying? You know, because it's not gonna be hidden forever. You know what I mean? It's gonna come out, and it's gonna come out when it's ready to come out.
This question makes a lot of sense. Would you be willing to do a tell-all with Alexis if you were asked to do?
Yeah,
you two together.
Man, listen, I'm willing to do whatever with Alexis. You know what I mean? Whatever she want to do. You know what I mean? But you know what's done in the dark shall come to the light. Like I said, you know she's not gonna be able to hold that forever. She has no receipts, none. You know what I mean? I have receipts, lots of them that I just ain't even. You know what I mean? If you can't, if the receipts I'm gonna show you. If you can't, you know, if you that green and can't come up with the story out with the receipts I showed you, then that's
okay. I'm gonna give my opinion on the relationship, and then I'm gonna give a kind of a humanization, kind of rebuttal to how I feel about you and your situations. That's how we've been talking. So first about the relationship, I believe y'all were just friends with benefit. And we all have had those relationships. Some of them a month, some of them 10 years. Some women have been in a relationship with guys 10 years, and they might see every 4 months, every 3 months. But when they see them, it's cool. You can't call that a relationship. It's just not.
Right.
I know this new age of dating, everything's different. And a lot of times it don't be because of you. A lot of times it's because that's what the woman wants. She don't want to be bothered with a man full time and doing stuff for him and stuff. She's busy working on her own. So she just want a guy that she can kick you with now and then who's going to be available. And you look like the type of guy who's going to be available a lot out of a relationship, you know what I mean? It's single. And a lot of women, you know, kind of target those type of guys so they know who's going to be single. They know going to pick up the phone when they call. They know it's going to be maybe not in a marriage or relationship and things like that, and that who might kick you with them. And I think you guys kind of came into it in that type of situation, kind of friends with benefit things, you know, to play the situation. And that's okay. A lot of people have come into this situation that way. Your show can only have 3 scenarios. You can even have a scenario like yours with 2 people that are kind of dating and talking, partner up, and kind of go through the show and see what he comes out with. Or you could be in a situation like maybe Sean that was on the show, who kind of already knew he wanted to marry his girl. She kind of already knew that she wanted to marry him. And they just going through the motions, hoping to get a ring out of, get something out the deal at the end, because they know no matter who you put them on a date with, they probably were going to get married. Right. They were always talking about that. When he went home from set, he went to her house or she went to his house. They were together, probably in that situation. Or a situation where you just don't know. They come to you, you're like, okay, I've been kicking with this person for a while. I don't know if I'm ready to marry. Like, a lot of times that's the man dragging his feet. And the woman wants to go on the show to try to get him to move, to heat his feet up a little bit. She said, okay, once you see me dating some of these dudes on here, and they got a doctor on set and stuff like that, this will get him over the hump in order to put the ring on me at the end. but it's only 3 types. And every part of this show is going to have one of those 3 on there. And like I said, it's not a guarantee on our show that every relationship is a real relationship or whether put together. I don't know. Some of this, you know what I mean? I don't know. Some of that stuff is kind of weird, you know what I mean? So you don't know what is really going on. So I don't think necessarily y'all two should get blamed for even being in that situation. Y'all both were entertaining. You were the stars of the show.
We both trying to play our bills, man.
Yeah.
And we both were trying to move up in life. That's it.
And this is where, and I know you guys know how to slack, and this is where I want to tell the audience, cut the guy some slack. Because here's a man, straight out of high school, got a contract, a record deal. Had money out of high school. He got in the entertainment business, he hit it big. That ain't gonna last forever. You know what the entertainment business does to young black men. We've just seen this time and time again. After that, he has to keep up appearances. He has to, you know what I mean? So he did a little something, he fell on hard times. Luckily, he had some down women that was loyal enough to kind of help him get back on his feet. And because, and with that, he can't, he's in entertainment. He don't have a resume. This guy probably ain't worked a lot of real jobs all the way down the line. You've been in entertainment. Right. You don't have a college degree or anything like that. So you got to get it what you make it. I think Peter from Housewife of Atlanta told it best when he said, some of y'all women can go out there and just go get a job. When I want a job, I got to goddamn create it. Right. And, you know, the black man, we go through different stuff. It ain't as easy for us. Right. So you saw opportunity in entertainment, you had to get it. You went with Love and Hip Hop first. And honestly, you need to be on that show. Everybody on here needs to write a letter to get him on the show because Fuel Mob is hip hop. It is in Atlanta. He is entertaining. He fits the show. Oh, you guys made a lot of money off this guy being the villain. Nobody likes to play the villain at all. Nobody's signing up to really play the villain. It's not fun. It's not. Make the phone call. Hey, listen. Make the phone call. Love and hip hop where he belongs. And you know, if he makes stories or not, or Kyle, whatever, but get this guy at least a phone call, at least a shot, because I think you deserve it. But with that said, even after this show, you can't just go walk up at Walmart to pay your bills for your kid because these type of women on air, that's what they want to see. They'll be yelling and clapping, yeah, ha. That jerk, yeah, he working at Walmart. They got the picture. And this is coming from your own black women.
Yeah, from your own black women, right?
It would destroy you if you went to go get a regular job somewhere to pay the bills to feed your kid at this point. So what you gonna do? You want them to go be a D-boy? You want them to go back to
Yeah. She wants you to risk your life. She wants you to risk your life for her. Yeah.
What do you want from this man is what I'm saying. This guy had to date multiple women at a certain time because that was his comfort zone. He had to get back on his feet. He did.
I did not lie to neither one of these women.
You said, hey, I got some women I owe. I got some women that when I get a bag, I have to share with. You acknowledge that. You gave apologies. It's women probably now that have been so down for you that you just can't just leave in the dust for nobody. You gotta be there for those for somebody. They were there for you. This is how we are. We G-code, loyal. And like I said, this guy is just trying to make a living. You know what I mean? It ain't all glamorous. Just because you're on TV don't mean that a person's not going through something. This man he goes through stuff. He's going through stuff every day. It ain't all happiness and butterflies just because you're on the own network or just because you had a hit record. You got to get it where you live. And what he's saying is, hey, you know what I mean? I can't just go up and work at Subway. You guys are going to destroy me. I'll be down there suicidal by the time y'all got done posting me everywhere in the comments and ridiculing me to do what I got to do to try to feed myself and feed my kid. I have to make it in these tougher situations, opportunities. So an opportunity came along. I seized the opportunity. I wasn't in a marriage situation at the time, but I was talking to somebody and we tried to get it done. And we made it a hit and we made it successful. Right. And I think that instead of just drilling you because you target maybe a man that they had before, or they think how you acted as a character on there and judge you by that. Look what this man has to go through. You know what I mean? Like I said, he has to literally, he's trying to survive, he's trying to eat, he's trying to
Period.
he's trying to make it. Trying to make it. And that's just a black man trying to make it. If y'all women really support black men the way y'all say y'all do, you would say, hey, I get it. He don't have a college education degree like some of y'all to fall back for. He don't have extensive work history. He only has entertainment. He has to try to make it in one of these categories. He don't want to go back to where he was after he done made some progress. That's why he can't get with some of the women back in the day, because those are his comfort zone to say, hey, if I ever fall off, at least I know somebody gives a damn. Because most of you people on here don't care at all. You ain't gonna care less. You gonna ridicule this man and throw him to the wolves. You ain't gonna care if he fell off or not. You gonna be there to put the nice one in it. And it's gonna be black people that do it. It ain't gonna be the white girls, or they ain't gonna care if you worked at Walmart tomorrow. It's gonna be our own people. So we need to stop that. And we need to support this brother. I like him. I think Smoke is cool. I don't care if you call me a simp for it or not. That's my brother. I think he's real. He's being as honest as he can. He gets a countryman boy from Georgia that, you know, had a little success and is trying to make it. You know what I mean? He ain't perfect. I ain't perfect. No man that you ever gonna find is perfect. He owned up to some of his mistakes today. He apologized. He gave y'all a real. I don't think he knows how to lie. You can't make some of this stuff up. You know what I mean?
I know how to lie. I know how to lie. As you can see, 14 years is proof that I know how to lie. But right now, I mean, I don't care.
He's up the game for it now. Already the story's already out. So here's one last question that I have, and we can end this real quick. Do you regret outing out the storyline, though? Because it is fans. Let me tell you, because here, I had to out some stuff to defend myself through the edits and stuff as I went through with production. Because I went through a bad situation with production. It was a unique situation only towards me, because I got into it with production. They were targeting me. So I'm like, oh, if y'all don't care about, y'all are editing my words, the context, what other people say. So if y'all don't care about your show and everybody getting the real, why should I care? And I might have said too much. And some of it I do regret outing out. Some I don't, because I was defending myself and I was telling the truth the whole time. Do you have any regrets of saying, man, maybe I shouldn't have outed the storyline? We do got fans that was enjoying it. I might have messed some things up for season 3. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that type of person.
If I wouldn't have outed it, there would be nothing left. You feel what I'm saying? If I wouldn't have said something, this is plan B. You know what I mean? I'm stretching it. Like I told you, this is cocaine. Listen, hey, I was gonna stretch the cocaine regardless. Me and her, me marrying her and proposing to her in front of her family, that was us stretching the cocaine. You know what I'm saying? And making more money off it. I'm stretching the cocaine right now. You know what I mean? Like I said, the bad guy role was gonna play out. It was gonna fit immediately. Yeah. And so I'm stretching it. You know what I mean? If I ain't do this right here, you know what I mean? Hey, it wouldn't just be falling to the wayside and nobody would give a fuck.
Because here's the thing about the villain role. You were playing it so well at first. I got jealous because I was kind of editing to the villain role, and I didn't know how to play it. I'm a nice guy. I open up my house to everybody. I'm getting everybody drinks. I'm playing bartender. I'm cooking food. I'm just a nice guy. That's just why I don't know how to play a real villain. You were playing it so well that I was like, I wish I could have done that. You were quiet at first. You weren't, you weren't responding to nobody. You were just playing the villain and taking it, and it was working. And then all of a sudden, it was like something hit you. Like, I don't want to play I need my troop out now.
Listen, it's still working. I mean, like, listen, if you would see my inbox, man, the angry Team Lex, man. Hey, man. They hate, and listen, the Team Lexers are hating this right now. You know what I mean? So I'm still the bad guy. And, bad guys represent the misunderstood, and I'm here to take that role with honor to be the bad guy. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm a fan of Nino Brown in New Jack City. You know what I mean? I cut the movie off before Ice-T go to whooping on Nino Brown ass because I like the bad guys in movies. I like Thanos. I like Bane. I like the Joker. The Joker, my favorite bad guy. It felt good to play Joker. You know what I mean? That's all that is.
No, I get it. And I understand exactly. And like I said, at the end of the day, I think, you get some man trying to make it, trying to do right by your kid. And you know what I mean? With the circumstances that you have. And that's what black men are dealing with. And I think a lot of times nobody really gets in the psyche of black men, and we're not able to really show what's really going on. We always got to
Black boy.
We always got to throw on a Gucci shirt and act like everything's all right. When a lot of times it ain't. That's why a lot of us are suffering through mental health in a lot of different situations, man. But I'm glad that you were able to tell your truth and keep it real and say, hey, on some days, I did fall off. On some days, everything ain't okay. Sometimes, you know what I mean? I gotta hustle. I gotta do stuff to get the bag. You know what I mean? That's reality of the situation. I commend you, brother, for being real with it. We gonna end this right now. We gonna do shout out to Team Lex.
Hold on. Listen. As far as the receipts, if you look at Lex's number of followers and the amount of photos she had, do your math, you'll see that the receipts are solid. You'll see that the Greek girl wrote that. You want to ask the Greek girl, go to her page. You know what I mean? I tagged her. You know what I mean? The girl Asia, she's gonna be mad, but she'll be okay. I'm gonna post her too, so y'all can go ask Asia whatever questions you want to ask Asia. Ask her, did she ever come pick you up from Lex's house plenty of nights? Did Georgie come pick me up from Lex's house plenty of nights? Most nights. I never spent the night at that house. I came home.
I mean, at this point, I think if people really believe that this was a full-blown relationship with everything that was going on, I mean, some people just robots to the TV, man. The media.
Hey, man, these people, listen, I hope that these people unmatrix themselves before they watch this shit. You know what I mean? You people who believe that Santa Claus is real, you people that believe Santa Claus is real, I hope y'all did it. I hope y'all didn't watch this shit. You people that believe in Saint Nick, and you people who believe in Cupid and all that bullshit, you know what I mean? I hope y'all didn't watch this shit, man. This is for people who are unplugged.
People got an open mind and really think for themselves. Because I can think it through myself and say, hey, that wasn't a real relationship. It sounded more friends with benefits. It sounded more that they had understanding. And there's nothing wrong with that, is what I'm saying. You could go into this situation like that and still fall in love in between the process. Still, things can happen. I've seen it. So that's not a big deal with that. But with that said, you can't believe everything you see on the TV screen. You just can't. It's produced. Stuff that's produced and all that. And it's TV at the end of the day. This guy's a real guy. You saw a character on TV. You don't know him. I don't know him like that. So you don't get to being judgmental like that. Some of that has nothing to do with you, Darren. Some of that has to do with them being triggered by things that they're going through. Because just like you going through stuff and you want people to support you as a black man going through stuff, a lot of these fans that watch this is going through stuff too. And this is their therapy. They tune in on a Friday night to watch this, to have some therapy. And you were entertaining, and just be proud of being an entertainer. And say, hey, I'm glad people got some joy out of this season. I'm glad they got some drama. I'm glad they got some tea. I'm glad I was able to fulfill some happiness in some people. You never know what somebody was going through before they turned on that television and saw you on Put a Ring on it and said, hey, that dude going through more than what I'm going through right now. I feel better. You know what I mean? You might have changed somebody's life and don't even know it. So don't let the haters Carl,
Hey man, I need the haters for the energy, man. I need the love. Hey, listen, I want the haters. Hey, come here, hater. Come on.
All you were doing is dating.
Come to the house.
Somebody can really talk about
What they
somebody.
call that shit? For the love of Lex. This shit for the hate of Darion. Come on, pull up.
Like I said, I think that people should be seeing you in a more human light now. I think you're funny. You're keeping it real. You're real about your situation and say, hey, you know, I was going through some things. I'm just trying to get on my feet and be successful. And you gave reason why. You want to be able to give back to people that have helped you and help others and stuff. And you know what I mean? I commend you for it. The receipts, I believe you. I think a lot of people do. I think I had all the receipts for my show. I had every text message you ever dreamed of. 95% of everybody I talked to was in text. When you got the receipts, nobody want to see them. When you don't got the receipts, they're like, oh, where are the receipts? That's just how that goes. I had every receipt. Nobody wanted to see anything. I could have broke down everything I said to the T. Nobody wanted to see the receipts when I had them all lined up perfectly with dates and times and all in the phone. But you know what I mean? That's just how that works. So the people who don't really want to see the receipts, the people who don't believe you ain't never gonna believe you because they don't want to. That's the only reason. But right. I believe you. I hope this gave you some healing during the situation. I mean,
it was fun.
Yeah, we forgave Lex. We forgave Kai. We don't got to deal with that energy anymore. You can kind of focus on your next move. And like I said, I think it's gonna be love and hip hop. I'm talking into existence. I see it coming. I think you're perfect for that show, brother. I think they need you.
Hey,
make a phone call to VH1. Y'all got the connections. Come on now. It's one phone call.
We'll see, man.
We'll see, man. But
yeah. At the end of the day, like, even if they don't call, you know what I mean? Like, I do music. My platform expanded. You know what I mean?
Freestyle.
I just dropped a video with a verse, a freestyle.
It's good. I'm a hip hop. The video was good. So hey, we'll see it. And you know, keep grinding, stay up. Yeah, I'm gonna catch you when I'm in AGL.
Right. Shout out. Let me get some shout out. Shout out Hustler. Shout out Hustler Roo. Shout out Hot Boy from Albany, Georgia, man. That boy dope. Shout out to him and them CME boy. I mean, shout out Albany, Georgia, man. You know what I mean? You know, new music on the way, Black Waters on the way. You know what I mean? Black Waters on the way, man. I do music, man. Black Waters on the way, fuck this TV shit, man. Hey, Love Hip Hop hit me up, cool. But we can take the love away. I still do the hip hop. You know what I mean? Shout out to you know, everybody that enjoyed the new freestyle, more freestyles on the way, man.
Hey, we gonna get it. We gonna get to the bag, and we gonna find love in the process. There's love out there for us, for every black man and every black woman. You know what I mean? That's what I'm about. I want us to all find each other, and we need to increase this marriage rate, and we need to increase this relationship rate. I am not married. For all the people that put my wife on there, I know you said that gets off the thing. I ain't married. I'm single just like you. In no relationship. So just to clear that up, Ron is not married. I don't have a wife. He gets, I don't know why you said that, but
Ron do what the fuck Ron want to do.
Yeah, Ron is not in a relationship. I'm single, but yeah, we gonna end that at that. You know, thank you for everybody for tuning in. That was my first interview. I know I wasn't perfect. I know people was killing me on it, but this is very hard to do. It takes a lot of prep, especially for somebody working two businesses and working a job. I really didn't have time to do this 100%. This is not a future thing for me. I don't want to be an interviewer or a blogger. I was just doing this because I just felt the calling for it, for my man Smoke. And, you know, I thought I could kind of relate to some of the things that was going on at the time. I hope I did all right, you know what I mean? If not, like I said, you try to do it the next one because it's not that easy to do, man. And I thank you for him for being a good sport for my first time and working with me. So thank you, black man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, black man.
Bet. Love you all. We love y'all. Shout out Team Lex. Shout out Team Kai. We with
Team
y'all.
Blight, Team Smoke, Team Ron, what it is?
Right, Ron Freeman. Hey, love for all y'all, man. Our hearts are we're men with big hearts, like I said, and we want all y'all to have y'all blessings. Y'all can talk whatever y'all want to talk about us. Hey, I'm the type of person I ain't gonna respond.
Man, we don't get no fuck with nobody say about us, man.
I'm gonna respond back and say,
We don't get no damn.
Respond back in love. We ain't no bullies, man. Respond back in love. Love y'all, everybody. We out.
Bet.